eyeshadows to create a smoky eye, especially using black. If you're trying to do a black smoky eye, it can be very, very daunting. So I'm going to try and use as little steps as possible to try and make this as easy as possible so that any of you guys can follow along at home. First, we need to create a base for our smoky eye. So as usual, I'm just going to use the Makeup Revolution concealer. You can use an eyeshadow primer, whatever you feel is best. And this is literally going all over the eyelid and to carve out the brow. So the eyeshadow palette that I'm going to be using today is the Jaclyn Hill palette from Morphe. I'm not going to be using too many eyeshadows today, but I do feel like this palette has all the shadows that I need, especially this black in the corner, which is obviously going to be the main part of this makeup. It's a super jet black eyeshadow. And with a black smoky eye, I prefer my transition to be a little bit more warmer. I feel like it balances it out a little bit using a more warm toned eyeshadow. And I think it's a lot more easier to blend out that way. So the first transition that I'm going to use is this one right here. I don't have the names for these, but it's just like a fleshy tone brown. And this is basically what I do for any eyeshadow look. I always wear like a fleshy sort of neutral tone through my crease just to start with. And there are obviously so many different ways that you can create the same look, but this is just the way that I find easiest, so hopefully you'll pick up some tips. So switching to a smaller brush now, which is still quite fluffy, but it's a little bit thinner than the one I just used. I'm going to mix this one right here and then that one, so it's the one that's diagonal from it. They're both quite warm. One is a bit more orangey than the other one, so that's why I want to sort of mix them together. One tip which you can probably already tell is we are going to be using a black eyeshadow. We are doing eyes first before the rest of our skin. You don't want to do your foundation and then all this black eyeshadow ruining it, so it's just so much easier to clean off if you do your eyes first. And then when you've got most of your colour on, you can just sort of start tickling the edges and blending it up into that first transition shade. Instead of completely closing this eye and watching what you're doing in this eye, try to hold your mirror down slightly and look down into the mirror and then apply the eyeshadow from there. Then you can just really sort of properly see what you're doing. So that now is our transition shades done. You could even just apply a gold eyeshadow to the lid and then you're free to go. But today we are going for super dark, super jet black smoky eyes. So I'm going to start by using the black eyeshadow, which is the one in the very corner. Using more of a flat brush now. It's not too fluffy, so you're going to have a little bit more control with this one. And I'm going to start by taking this into the crease. Now this is where you sort of want to go really light. At the start it's going to look quite messy until the very end. I think really dark smoky eyes are always like that. They don't sort of come together till the very end. So you want to just get this into the crease first. The darkest place that we want is going to be the lid. So at the moment we're just sort of working on the transition. I'm going to take this brush and I haven't got any excess product on there. It's just whatever's left from what we were using and just tease it. I'm not blending upwards. I'm just going back and forward into the crease. And then I'm just dipping into those two orangey shades and again just tickling over the edges. It will slowly all start to come together. So I'm really happy with that blend for now. It looks absolutely fine. Next we're going to do the lid colour. So instead of just applying the black straight to the lid, to make it super jet black, you want to apply like a cream base underneath to make it really pop. Even if you're doing this with like a really dark brown, you could use like your brow pomade or a brown gel liner and use that as your base. Because we're doing a black smoky eye, I'm going to use some black gel liner underneath. This is just going to make it super jet black. So I'm using a flat brush for this. And always remember, where you apply your brush first is where most of your colour or your pigment from anything that you're using is going to be deposited first. So I'm going to go straight into the middle. Once most of it is off my brush, then you can start working upwards a little bit. Now we can go in and set that in place using that black eyeshadow again. Pigment in this eyeshadow is just absolutely insane. So starting at the bottom and just packing it all over the lid. And it does look still a little bit messy, but it's definitely coming together. So back in with those two orangey browns and just so lightly over the top, just helping to blend those out. So to line my top waterline, I'm going to use this eyeliner. It's from Revlon and it's a 2-in-1 angled eyeliner. And for mascara, I'm going to use the Lash Paradise from L'Oreal. So I've just got some makeup remover on a cotton pad. I've just folded that in quarter, and I'm just gonna sharpen up this edge. I've just applied my lashes, if you can see them at all, because my eyeshadow is so dark. I've used the Doll Lash style Frankie lashes. I've also just quickly whizzed through my foundation, concealer and bronzer, because it's all about the eyes today. I haven't done my lips, my highlight, or the under eyes yet, which we're going to start with now. So I'm going to use the same black eyeliner to line in my waterline. I'm also going to try and just smudge this right on the edge of the lash line. Then I'm going back in with those two orangey browns there. And I'm using this to start smudging out that black. I want most of it to be on this outer corner, and I like to blend my lower lash line down quite far, but you absolutely don't have to. And I want it to connect in this outer corner. And then I'm just taking a angled brush. This has some of that black eyeliner on, and I'm just pressing this into the lash line again. To help just sharpen up this edge again, I'm just going to bake that edge. My lips, I don't really want much colour at all, so I'm just going to use a lip pencil. This is from NYX. This is in the shade Los Angeles. And then for my highlights, I am going to use Gilded Honey from Laura Geller. And I'm not going too crazy with the highlight today for once. For my inner corners, I'm just going to use that shade right there. I don't really want a highlight as such, I just want to brighten this area a little bit. So that is how you create a super dark black smoky eye, and all of my tips for blending as well. So I really hope you found them helpful. Let me know if you did down in the comments below. Please give it a big thumbs up as well and subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!